guys going to be out in there too?
Yeah. Today I'm with Mrs. Travelist, and we're at our favorite tea shop, the London Tea Room, stocking up on all of our tea. Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Roaming Travelist. Today we are in St. Louis, Missouri, and I've got Mrs. Travelist with me, and we are at our favorite tea shop, the London Tea Room. They sell their tea loose leaf online, and they actually make their own blends, and they're amazing. For example, Churchill's is one of my favorites, which is like a smoky Earl Grey. Speaking of Earl Grey, their Earl Grey is phenomenal, and they have a blend called Duke and Duchess, which is a black tea blended with some white silver needle that's delicious. But check them out online. They also have afternoon tea with some cucumber sandwiches and scones and clotted cream, which is my favorite. I get a scone and clotted cream with some jam every time we are here. We also walk away with a ginormous bag of loose leaf to take home and drink for the next few months until we order more and have it shipped direct to our house. So check out the London Tea Merchant. It's my favorite. After we had our scones, we went to Forest Park, which is the original home of the 1904 World's Fair. They also have the art museum, the zoo, and there's a history museum here. And the great thing about it is it's all free, and you can't beat that. This park is awesome in the summer. You can come out here and rent kayaks and go all over these little lakes in the Great Basin right here. You can rent bikes. I hit the place up one summer in one of those electric scooters and went all over the whole thing. This visit, we hit the History Museum, which I hadn't been to, and they have a exhibit in here about the history of music in St. Louis. This is the original St. Louis tin foil, which is one of the very first recorded music pieces on a piece of aluminum foil that was designed by Thomas Edison, obviously, before they switched it to using wax. It's also home to some famous musicians like Ike and Tina Turner, or my favorite jazz musician, Miles Davis. That's his Versace jacket and his horn right there, which was pretty exciting to see. They also have the Spirit of St. Louis, which is, of course, Charles Lindbergh plane who flew around the world. And then there is an exhibit for the 1904 World's Fair, which was ginormous. They built this entire, small temporary city to house all these exhibits from around the world, different countries and nations, and then different sciences and agricultural. And I think it went on for almost a year, but really cool exhibit. And again, free museum. We didn't have time to hit all of the exhibits here, but we definitely had a lot of fun while we were here. Next, we went to St. Charles, Missouri, which is an old town on the Missouri River. Lots of really neat little shops and restaurants. I was working on a project close to here, so I hit up half of these restaurants here to stop and eat. And they have really good food, most of them. There's also lots of candy shops, so cookies and chocolate galore and some good ice cream. So you could spend a whole day just walking around down here. But there's a lot of history in this town. This is a little museum on the Lewis and Clark expedition, which this was the last town in America at the time. And this is where they departed from. So they have an exhibit in this museum that kind of shows some of the things that they had and went through and kind of follows a timeline. This is where Meriwether Lewis met up with Clark before they headed out, and when they came back through, this was the first sign of civilization that they found as they came back down the Missouri River. So lots of cool history in this little town as well. The town itself has multiple chocolate shops and little stores to go in and look at various different things. We stopped here at this store and bought a bunch of different kinds of chocolate, and it was all very good. They also sell fudge and handmade candies. We did stop at, I think it's Grandma's Cookies or something along that lines, and their cookies are phenomenal. We brought some home and had them with some milk. They were amazing. There's also a shop down here that sells handmade Polish pottery, and I did some ceramics for a while in college and really enjoyed it. So these were fun to see. They're all beautifully made and painted by hand and shipped over from Poland. For dinner that night, we stayed in St. Charles and we went to Firebird's Wood-Fired Grill, which was okay. They were kind of busy that night, and I think they were short on servers, so we didn't get the greatest service, and the food was passable. I wasn't super excited. From there, we went to our hotel, the Autograph Collection from Marriott, the Hotel St. Louis, and honestly, we didn't have that great of an experience here as well. I think they were just busy that night. Their website says that all rooms come with or my app at least, said that the room would come with a separate tub and shower, which we didn't get. I mean, we got the cool TV in the mirror, but just a regular shower, and the record player did not make up for the lack of the bathtub that we were looking forward to soaking in. The manager did make an effort to correct some of that. The other issue we had was it took almost an hour to get breakfast, and there was only a handful of people downstairs, so I'm not sure what was going on. I think they were just understaffed, but I'd be willing to give them another shot. Thanks for joining me on a trip to Southern Illinois and St. Louis, Missouri. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. I'll have more coming. See you soon.